Okay, here's your video for today. Short and sweet. Got these notes from, I think this is Mrs. Alexa's notes. I like to give credit where credit's due. Um, really giving you like steps, so you can feel free to stop the video and read these. Pretty much what I did yesterday and what I'm going to do to start off this situation here. So it's not find all six trig functions like I showed yesterday. And I don't have a video specifically for yesterday because I did them on the board. But when you look at the calendar, the notes that I have here are pretty self-explanatory after you watch this one, as far as finding all these answers and so on and so on and so forth, drawing a particular triangle in question, getting the reference angle. These are all the ones I did on the board, so we can make sense out of those. I did 44, I did 52. These are the ones I didn't get to that I'm going to cover in a lot of detail on the new notes. All right, here we go. All right, first things first, where is negative 240? Well, we got to know, and I'm going to erase this and have the answer reveal, but I'll just put it over here. This, you start over here. You always start with the initial side being the positive x-axis. That's standard position for the rest of the year. And then this is 180 negative, so we're going in a clockwise direction. And then it's another 60. And then lo and behold, that's what you have. You have a 60 here. The side opposite 60 is root 3. Side opposite the 30 is 1. Side opposite the 90 is 2. Get these things memorized. This is from Friday. Wrong. Left 1. Up root 3. So you have to get the appropriate signs, and then cosine is Kixer, x over r. So you have this as my revealed notes right there. This is exactly what I showed you yesterday. This is exactly what I need to see everyone do in their homework. And then we're going to do this again tomorrow, and then it should be solidified at that point as we move forward. Oh no, 675, which is 360 plus what? And then you got to get that drawing. Whoops. All right, fine. We already did this yesterday, so hopefully this makes sense. When I subtract 360 from 60 or 675, all right, that means we have one full rotation, so there's the first 360. That's that. And then this is what I have left over, which is 315, which is 45 away from being 360. Again, that's where we were getting those reference angles yesterday. So there you go. You got a 45, 45, 90. 1, 1, and then 1 squared plus 1 squared is 2. Square root of 2 is the hypotenuse. Sticking with Sir Kicks or Ticks here. There you go. You see those ratios, those side measures there. Oh no, 810. That's a big one. 360, 360. That's 720. Hey, how far away is 810 from 720? Well, it's another 90. So there's 360, there's 360, there's 90. Oh no, I got to get a coordinate there because this is not a triangle. And whenever you land on a axis, it's either 0, 1, 1, 0, negative 1, 0, or 0, negative 1. This is 0, comma 1 lands right there, so that's where that terminal side passes through. This is coordinate trig. Cosecant, wait, sine is so, cosecant's a ho. So that means sine is sir, so r over, this is going to be 1. 1 over 1, 1. Boom shakalakers. All right, so that's review from yesterday. Today, I'm worried about these kind of questions. Okay, fine. Look at these directions. This is exactly what I'm going to go over as far as how you do these. Now let's analyze these two questions. Find all values of theta. So what I'm finding? I'm finding the angle measure now from the given side. So I have the ratio. Now I have to find the angle. That is the exact opposite of these questions. I have the angle. I want the ratio. Well, now I'm reversing it, and the directions dictate that I need to find all answers covering all quadrants. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's from 0 to 360. This is where all students take calculus is really going to come into play here. For instance, I'll start the ball game with that. That goes against the directions what you see up here probably. Oh no, use all students take calculus. Alexa, we think the same. It's amazing. Even know Mrs. Alexa, very nice. Much nicer than you, Mr. Samuelus. Hold on, I have a visitor, so they're wondering why I'm talking to myself. Okay, yep, they think I'm weird. Anyway, all students, let me make sure I didn't, okay, all students take calculus, all right? What this means or what this will do for you is, okay, where's cosine negative? This is how you do this one. It's not negative in 4, because that C means cosine's positive in 4. And it's not negative in 1, because everyone's positive. So there are two angle measures in quadrant 2 and quadrant 3 that make this answer true. And we got to find them both because of the directions. Find all values of theta that fit between 0 and 360. All right? So now you got to get two answers for theta here. Then it's going to expand later that we're going to get all answers when we add 360n. Those that know what I'm talking about did their homework really well and connected with that. How do I list all answers that are true for this particular thing? Jumping ahead of myself, just to answer the question, Mr. Samuelus. What side is this? What side is this? All right, let's go old school. Adjacent over hypotenuse. So that means I'm going to have to go right. I meant my other right. I meant my other right, which is left. Left root 3. And then either up or down. That's what I mean. This is why we're in both quadrants. Oh, by the way, what kind of triangle must this be if it's negative root 3 for the adjacent side and 2 for the r? Well, if you did the Pythagorean theorem, you'd have to get 1. You'd have to. And this would be negative 1. I'm going to erase this chicken scratch. I just like to do this live with you. Hold on, another visitor. All right, another person that thinks I'm a weirdo. Okay, so what angle is opposite 1 in a 1 root 3, 2 triangle? And it's 30, all right? And then, unfortunately, the answer is going to reveal. So, okay, I'll try to. So you have a 30 in quadrant 2 and quadrant 3. So if this is 30, what's this angle measure? Well, it's 30 short of 180. Anyone? 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 And then this is a 30 in quadrant 3. And this is 180 here. And then I want another 30 more. So what angle measure is that? Okay, so there's all my work now revealed a little bit better. All right? Okay, so hopefully that makes sense why those are those two answers. Finding the angle from a ratio of sides. Oh, no. Now you should recognize negative root 3 over 3 came from negative 1 over root 3. All right, I got to go fast because I'm running out of time here. All right, all students take calculus. All students take calculus. Where is cotangent negative? Not 3. That's where it's positive with its friend tangent. And not 1 because everything's positive in 1. So I have two angle measures, one in quadrant 2 and one in quadrant 4, where cotangent's negative. See, this isn't going to work. You can't deal with that ratio. You got to deal with this one to make sense out of it. And then circ or ticks. Ticks is tangent. That means this is x over y. So I go x, 1, and then root 3 for y. And this one, it's 1 and negative root 3. This one, it's negative 1 left, but then root 3 up. This will give me the ratios that I need. Oh, by the way, 1, root 3, 2. Okay? And then what's the angle that is opposite root 3? The answer is 60. And then, so I have a 60 and 2. Let's change colors and then erase it all and reveal the answer. What's this angle measure, though? If this is 60 here, and the answer is 120. And then what's this angle measure here? If this is 60, you're 60 short of a 360. So that's a 300. And those are your two answers for this. And I'll erase all my other rigmarole here and show there it is. Look at the Samuelus back in the day. A and T are crossed off. All right. Then I got some special cases here. 0 for tangent. Okay, let me erase that. Okay, So tan of theta equals 0. Is this even possible? Can I get 0 over 1? Oh, by the way, plus minus 1 would be a possibility, wouldn't it? Yes, Mr. Fabulous. And then this is y, and this is x because tangent is tix. Is it possible in the coordinate plane to get 0 for y and 1 for x? And 0 for y, I'm saying it, I should say it in reverse, or negative 1 for x and 0 for y. Darn tootin', what are those two angle measures? This one, I didn't mean to do that, but, and the other one, it's 0 degrees and 180 degrees. And there it is more specifically explained to you. And then what about like secant equals 1? By the way, 1 over 1 over 1. All right, now what letters are these? And can I have a plus minus with that one that I have revealed there? By the way, it says positive 1. And by the way, this is R. So could this be 1 or negative 1? No, the ratio is positive 1. The denominator cannot be negative. The only reason this could be negative 1 is 0 over negative is still equal to 0. So that's why I did that. That's a special case. So x can only be 1. Where do you have 1 for r, 1 for x? Oh, let's do the Pythagorean theorem. X squared plus y squared equals r squared. All right? Then you get 1 squared. And this is 1 squared. What would y have to be for this to be true? I don't have time for this. It's 0. So what is 1 comma 0? Right there. And it's only one answer because 1 can't be plus or minus because it's a positive ratio only. So in this case, you only get one answer. Fine. Last one. 1. Tan is 1. Is this a special case? Well, that's why this needs to be x. 1 over what? What would that have to be? 0, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So whenever you have a fraction, not a fraction, it's always over 1, and then you can continue. The only special case, one more time, is if it's 0. That could be 0 over plus minus 1. This one can't, though, because the ratio, ooh, a little too fast there, Sparky, can only be 1 positive, right? Where does that happen? Where do you get 1 for x? Oh, this is different. I have some people doing screwy triangles for the quadrantals. This one is 1. I don't know why I'm going left. 1, and then 1. What kind of triangle has 1 for x and 1 for y? One that has root 2 for a hypotenuse, right? And, oh no, you're going to hate this. Where else is tangent positive? I didn't screw that up in this other one. Now, these are special cases where you end up having a quadrantal. So that's why there's only one answer for this. Here's where secant will be negative 1. That's not what I have. I only have positive 1. Here, this is an ASTC again. And now I just wanted to cover this because these are minorly different. You know, when tangent's equal to 0, we got this special case. When tangent's equal to 1, it's back to these kind of questions. All right? Or I better play ASTC because they do have a positive ratio for tangent. All right? So anyway, tangent's also positive in quadrant 3 because these are both negative 1 over negative 1, which mathematically does end up being the same thing as a positive 1, the given question. So the answers for this one are 45 and 225. That's where that occurs. Okay, do the best you can.